Well, these wildfires up in Canada had me thinking that it might actually make a really interesting painting. So to start off with something like this, I wanted just a pitch black background. This is just a Mars black, and I'm slopping it on with a blender mop brush. And that way I can make everything look like it's coming out of the smoke and the gloom, and it'll just help steer things in the right direction, make it easier. I just mixed up some yellow and red, made my own orange, and again, I'm just going to erratically and randomly scrub this in with a blender mop brush. A little bit of moisture, just enough to blend it out a bit, but I'm just mapping out where I want areas of flame and glow. Pretty much the background is going to be an orange glow from smoke catching the light from the flames. And once I have that mapped out, I'm going to use an airbrush just to smooth things. And then I can also start to get a basic map of where I want the trees to be laid out. So I'll start to frame those up a little bit just to build the concept using this airbrush with orange paint, obviously sticking to the theme. Then I'm just leaving gaps where I want the main tree trunks to be. There in the center you can add a couple brighter spots, and I put some yellow in the airbrush, and on top of that orange I'm going to add some yellow here in the middle, and I'm going to move it back and forth, up and down, all over the place, just to give a smoky, cloudy type effect. And then I'll have a couple brighter spots. If it's all the same color, same tone, too uniform, it won't look natural. And then here I'm going to add some basic distant trunks. And when you're putting in a forest like this, you want your distant, any landscape really. It's counterintuitive because you would think as you get closer you get brighter and more detail, but it's the opposite. The distant objects are actually lighter. So these distant trunks, make them thinner, add a little bit of orange and black, and you'll get a mid-tone like a dark orange, and use that for your basic leaves. Just suggestion of leaves in the distance, thin trunks suggesting trees in the distance, and then that'll help add realism. And then as you get closer, make your tree trunks thicker and darker. And then here in the foreground, I'm mapping out the main trunks. I have a couple of them kind of bordering and framing the scene. Those are pretty much going to be pitch black. And then scrub it into the foreground, get the foreground dark, and then that'll get you mapped out. And then just starting to put in flames. Instead of holding the brush precisely, like you normally would, if you just pinch the end of your brush and lose control a little bit, it'll make things look more natural because you can't help it. It'll be a little sloppier, and sometimes less precise looks better. And in a case like this where I'm just basically putting in the first layer of these flames with yellow, if you just pinch the back of the brush, it'll look a bit more natural. But those center trees, I went ahead and framed those up and just bordered them with the flames, this yellow flame color, and then it'll look like the flames were climbing those trees. And we'll do that to a few others also, but those main trees in the center, that's your focal point. So that makes it interesting, add some movement. And then for your second layer, you can start to add some white. This is pretty much pure white with a little bit of yellow. And you can add that in. Then you'll have that yellow in the back, some white at the base, and start to build that fire and makes it look pretty natural. And then this is just, using a small round brush or a liner brush. We can start to add branches, silhouetted branches in the foreground. This will set everything back and give you depth to the painting. Put some erratic marks and streaks there in the foreground also, just to suggest leaf litter, debris, branches, things like that. Same thing over on the left. Then we have those two silhouetted dark realistic trees in the foreground bordering and framing everything up, and then you have those three trees on fire in the center. So your eye is they'll funnel your eye to those trees that are on fire, and then it'll just helps everything work a little bit. Make sure there's some yellow peeking out in the back of that fire, not all white. And then add some whites and yellows into that leaf litter in the foreground, just to break things up, add a little bit of realism. Go back if you lose your whites, which I did, so you want that white to pop, you want it to be bright, but don't cover all the yellow, but make sure that white comes through. Reframe your paint, your trees that are on fire dead center. Here I'm really making sure that white is glowing. I'm going to add some lighter branches and debris just to add a bit more realism here. I'm going to put orange back in the airbrush and just give everything a light dusting of orange. And this will just smooth everything out. Give a general color tone, and it helps with realism here. And then I'm just going to use a Q-tip with water before that orange sets and clean up and erase some of the orange that's covering the whites. Again, go back in, make sure that white pops. And then also those two main trees and some of the foreground. Make sure if that airbrush covered those up, to go back in and add another layer of black to those. And then that's it. That's how you can paint a forest fire like this. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and if you're interested in a longer full-length tutorial, that'll be available to members here in the next couple days as soon as I get it edited and launch it. So thanks for watching.